I share a lot of practical advice on this channel for new real estate agents, and today I want to talk a little bit about not only where to start, but what I wish that I knew as I started as a new real estate agent in terms of getting my business right and proper. Now, if you are already a seasoned agent and you've been around the block for a little while, these are steps that I would be taking if I was, for example, trying to just like self-audit my business, make sure I have all the right pieces in place, or if I was moving to a different state and relocating, this is exactly what I would want to know in that instance. Now, I'm going to just have a little disclaimer here. I am not a tax professional. I am not a business consultant. These are just simple things that I found along the way, personal advice that if you had a friend named Stephanie who was maybe sharing her experience with you, this is probably what she would say. This is not financial advice and this is not legal advice. The first thing that I wish that I did do really well, but I wish I did a little bit better, was make sure that I had the plan to set up a PLLC for my business. A lot of times you might not required to have any sort of an LLC or a PLLC, depending on the state, depending on where you're located, depending on what your broker says. What we did, my husband and I got into business together nearly 10 years ago. And the first thing that we did was got our PLLC filed with the state. So we set ourselves up as a business. We did this ourselves, and I wish that we didn't because we filed incorrectly. There's like a lot of weird nuance on these forms. I'm not a CPA. I'm not a professional in this arena, as I have stated. And so I did it wrong the first time. And we ended up having to refile and pay double fees and all of this crazy stuff. It's kind of a headache. And ultimately, our broker kind of looked at us and said, when we were telling the story, and he said, just have a professional do it. Reach out to my CPA. They will take care of everything for you. And I wish that we had done that first. So I think a lot of times real estate agents think that they shouldn't reach out to a CPA or any of these professionals until they're actually making money. That is a mistake. You should reach out to them right away to get some practical advice on the financial side, since they can actually give you that advice properly, but they can also do a lot of these things for you, like handle setting up your PLLC and making sure that you have your business tax ID, all the things that you might need to then do the next thing that I want to recommend you do as personal advice, which is set up business banking. Looking back, I'm not sure if we did this right away, but I'm pretty sure that we did. It's been so long now. We set up business banking. So we went to a local bank, which has its pros and cons. We went to a local bank and we set up a business checking and a business saving account under our PLLC. Once we had our PLLC name, that's how we set up our banking and savings. Definitely do that. This is not legal or financial advice, but do that for sure if you had the ability to and you had the choice. I think it makes a lot of sense to do this. This can then allow you to get additional lines of credit if you so needed that. You could get your business credit card if you needed that too. That's what we did. We've always had a business credit card for our financials. That's been super helpful as well for a host of different reasons, which I could go into at a different time. But ultimately, having business checking and business savings just makes sense to do. This is what you need to be doing if you are in business for yourself, in my opinion. And every time we got a commission check, it was really easy to save for taxes because we would get our commission check and we'd walk that physical check to the bank and we would have them split it for us before we ever saw the money. We would have them put 33% into our savings for tax purposes, because you will need to be filing taxes and paying your own taxes as a business owner. So we would put 33% of savings into our savings account. We wouldn't touch it. And then the rest would go into our checking. With that money, we would be able to use that for operating our business and then taking pass-through income. Now, again, I'm going to say this for the 10 millionth time. I am not a financial advisor. I'm not a CPA. Double check with all of your people. That's just what we did. It worked really well. And that's what the team that I trust behind our financials helped us learn to do. I actually recently made a video on the biggest, dumbest mistakes that real estate agents can make in this business. Definitely check that out if you have not yet. It's great for new agents and seasoned agents, and let my mistakes be worth something more than just painful memories. Okay, so those are things that you're getting squared away before you ever get a deal, you ever get a check. It's done, you don't have to worry about it, right? The next thing that we wanna do is make sure that you have the right support in your corner. This looks like finding the right brokerage, And this also could look like making sure you have the right mentorship or team support. I created the Market Authority Academy because it was everything that I wish I had as a new agent, and as I kept going through new levels of growth and I didn't know what was next for me. You can get a lot of the support that you might need on your contracts, like from a broker, right? The broker's job is to make sure that you guys don't get sued. So they want to make sure that you have perfect paperwork. They want to make sure that you are operating within the rules and guidelines set forth by your associations. That's what they're there for. They are not there necessarily to help you build your business from the ground up. And many will say that they can help you do this, but over time, those brokers and those team leaders and those mentors, they're all busy with their own business. I gotta do this by myself. If you find yourself in that position where you don't have somebody literally partnering with you and invested in your growth, meaning they're probably taking half of anything you earn, if you don't have that level of support, you're going to need a better business plan, because this is not a business that you can just wing it in. And this is something that I hear from agents all the time, where they might reach out to us at the Market Authority Academy. They want some support. They know they need some coaching. They know they need a blueprint to follow to ensure their success, to make success inevitable. But they feel like for some reason they have to get a couple of deals to like prove to themselves that they can do it, or to have the money to invest in coaching. This is kind of a backwards approach to ensuring your success, because the longer it takes you to scrap together your first deals, the more of your savings you're going to burn through. The more time you're going to have eroding your confidence of whether or not you can actually do it in this business. And I know that sounds really harsh and that sounds very forward. I say that out of love because I have seen so many agents really put themselves in bad spots because they spend so much time trying to figure it out themselves that they lose any opportunity to be successful because they're stuck spinning their wheels for so long. And so all of this to say, you have to have the right support, the right guidance, and the right strategic plan in your corner. I am not talking about somebody to walk you through your first contract. That is your broker. That is their job. That is why you're paying them E&O insurance. Beyond that, you need somebody to help you get your next deal and every deal thereafter, and then help you navigate the challenges that come with growing a successful business. And that's what we do in the Market Authority Academy. What we do is we help set you up on a proven business blueprint to create this business from the ground up, whether you're a brand new agent just starting, or whether you're a seasoned agent who just needs to streamline the way that you're already doing things and double down on the things that are working really well so that you can start exponentially growing your profits and your business without losing all of the time and freedom that you've been chasing as well. It doesn't have to be the Market Authority Academy. If you decide to check out to the Market Authority Academy, all of the details are below to inquire on our coaching services. You will book a call with my team where we will learn more about your business goals and share about how we can help. And if it sounds like it's a good fit, we'll talk about moving forward from there. But if it's not MAA, then you need to check into other resources like really great teams who are going to guide you through that process. Although we work with a ton of agents who are also on teams. So you just have to have somebody in your corner who's not only giving you rah, yay, you got it, accountability coaching, but also the strategic plan to get to where you're wanting to go as well. Now, not doing this as a new agent's first thing cost me at least $100,000 in the first couple of years of my business, maybe even more. And so it's really important, and it's a smart investment to make sure that you have the right resources and support in your business to achieve your goals. That is why you invest in coaching. That's why you invest in mentorship. So again, it was something that I wish that I did at the very start, and it's something that I always recommend new agents look into as well. That's what I have for you today. I hope that was super helpful and gives you some things to think about in terms of setting your business up for success. And I want you to know that if I can leave you with any piece of advice as a new agent or an agent kind of restarting, so to speak, just know that every decision that you make is going to be an investment into the future of where you want to go. So it might either pay off with dividends, or it might be a terrible decision that takes you off track. So think it through, and if you ever need any support, just let us know. In the comments, you can leave questions. We're happy to help where we can. And if you want a little bit of free support along the way, subscribe to this channel. We give tons of tips and strategies for free on YouTube every single week, and this is a great resource to have in your back pocket as well. Thanks so much for tuning in. Till next time, keep on crushing it.